Arnold Taylor. From Pinky in the Brain, Mr. Rob Paulson. And Star Wars Clone Wars, I call him the show stealer, D. Bradley Baker. You know him, you love him, he plays a sponge. Tom Kenny is here. Than God, Andrea Romano. The wonderful director and co-producer of the film, Mr. Larry Shapiro. The producer and extraordinarily wonderful man, Mr. Tommy Reed. The creator of Adventure Time, Mr. Pendleton Ward. As the Hulk, please welcome Fred Tatasciore. He's gone. Okay, wonderful. All right, well, we're here to discuss the film. I mean, I suppose that we have some questions that need to be answered, so let's let them rip. Is there someone walking around with a... When's it come out? Well, we're working on that right now. We're trying to get a distribution deal. Hopefully what we're trying to do is get it...
Mr. DiMaggio.
Yeah.
Mr. DiMaggio, what do you first waiting with us? We find choices often.
What? No, we're trying to get that done right now. Hopefully, we'll just be able to have a release on iTunes, Amazon, VOD, video on demand, and that thing, and maybe have a really short release in theaters. But we want to get it in your hands as soon as possible. Believe me. So that's what we're working on. Yes, I see. Yes. Okay, yeah, there's the... Folks, there's the microphone right in the middle. Don't rush. Don't rush. Don't rush. I know you have questions, but it's not that important that you have to hurt other people. Okay, I guess first question. Let him rip.
Are there any voices that, voices that you perform that hurt your voice by performing too much?
Me personally, sometimes you make a choice and it sounds like you're gargling concrete, and that'll be tough. Any of you guys have those kind of voices?
You know, I gotta say, one of the things about D, as you noticed on this clip of D manipulating his sinus cavities, he and Frank, I think you and Frank are the only two people, Mr. Welker, are the only two people who are able to literally manipulate your physicality to make oddball sounds. How do you do that?
Them and Thuban monks.
Yeah.
You guys have better hair.
Oh, I'm sorry, was that a question? Yes.
That gentleman's question, yeah.
Yeah, it just, you know, I squeeze my face or my nose, and the things that I do usually feel actually very good to me.
The thing is the important thing, especially if you want to be a voice actor, don't get yourself in a box where you're doing a voice that is going to hurt your voice.
Yeah.
Because that's what we all try to do. We try to do something that we can do. Johnny Test is 11 years old, he's up there, and if I do that for 4 hours, I'm tired.
Yeah.
But I can still do it. So, and then, if I can't do it, that's why there's all these other people. They can do it. So don't try to get yourself into this, oh, I can do it, man, and kill yourself. That's not good.
Although, if I can say, like we all sort of have that we'll do stuff in an audition,
Right.
sort of thinking that we're never going to get the gig anyway. So you just go balls to the wall at the audition, going, and I just want to bring everything.
Yeah.
And then you find out you got the gig, and you're like, oh, sure. I'm gonna have to do this for like a few more years. Like a lot of guttural voices. Like I don't have the scientific know-how that like Dee and Frank Welker have. So
when you do something like Eduardo on Photo Number Imaginary Friends like that, you don't think that you're going to be doing that for like a lot of years. And then there's those episodes where he's just really terrified and screaming for 4 hours.
and they're going, Tom, are you okay? Do you need water? And you're going, no, I'm fine.
I'm dying, oh my God.
I'll lose the gig.
I had an experience like that doing the recent pass of the Adventure Time game. And I had to play the Banana Guard. And my Banana Guard is basically an impression of Pendleton doing Lumpy Space Princess. It sounds kind of like this, It sounds, okay, well, all right, fine. So I had to do that for, and usually Banana Guard has maybe 1-2 lines in the show. I had to do that for like an hour and a half, 2 hours. I felt like I was eating my own throat by the end of the time. So you have to be careful when you make that choice and dig into that.
I always ask actors when I'm auditioning them, how does that feel to your voice? Does that hurt your voice? Can you do that for 4 hours? Will it hurt? And they always go, no, it's good, it's good. And then we hire them, and then they get in the first time, they're like, okay, after 15 minutes, oh, that's really
I did. I'm ready.
Take a break if I could. Thank you very much.
I just want to please you, mother.
Exactly right. Everybody wants the gig. It's true.
It's probably the only macho thing about me. Because that hurt. You go, hell no. But it does. You just don't want to say it.
Okay, next question. Sir.
All right, my name is George.
How you doing, George? All right. 2 hours north of here, you might be able to find out.
What's your question, man?
You guys are great. I've been looking up to you guys for a long time. But what I'm wondering is how long, I'm sorry. You made this documentary to showcase all the wonderful talent you have in the industry. But when did you start, when did it for you guys start to change from just something that was just within the group that you guys did to kind of just this massive room filling?
It's strange because Tommy and I were just talking about that. And last year we were here shooting film and we were just trying to get this thing going. And now we're here with a completed product and a room like of 2,000 people or so. So it's, you know what, you just keep going and you keep talking about it and you keep getting more and more stuff and you finish your product and you just jump in and you get it done.
Can I just add to that? I think part of it is I've been fortunate enough to do this a long time, and one of the things that we find out when we get to go to Comic-Con or other conventions or personal appearances literally around the world is that we all know that we're working because we've got a gig and we know the action figures sell, but then you leave the studio and unless you're at a party and they don't know who you are. But I'm telling you, once people find out, then it's Katie bar the door, and it's everything about it is lovely. And by that I mean that I don't care whether it's here with thousands of people or 50 people or 2 people. It's amazing how many people you run into around the world when you're able to be in this position and they know who you are, that it does nothing but make people happy. And often you find that the characters that we have had a part in creating have a profound effect on people, to the extent where it helps them get through bad times and all of that. So when Johnny and his buddies put together a movie and kind of get the feelers out there, it's a win-win-win. Everybody loves cartoons, and it just makes everybody incredibly happy on both sides of the issue.
And if you don't love cartoons, there's something wrong with you.
Yeah,
there's something seriously wrong.
That being said, John, here at Comic-Con, you know, it's one thing where you're running into people who you know, they're saying, you know, you were my childhood,
Preaching
your
to
work
the
means so much.
choir.
to me. I love this really obscure show that you didn't think anybody watched, but it was my favorite thing when I was a kid, and blah blah blah. And it really feels good. But you, I think, kind of wanted to bring voice actors to the fore because really.